Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my good people, depending on where you are watching from. I'm in the countryside, and this is what you're likely to see during this planting season in most homes. This is African Mom's World. Join me in touring this farm in the countryside, in the western part of the country, Kenya. The farm I'm going to visit is along the Kitale Bungoma Road. And as you can see, there's a lot of vegetation by the roadside, mainly trees and a lot of grass planted. As usual, there are many trees grown and leaves just fall. So the first thing most people do is to clear the grass by sweeping the leaves for composting. The first place I visited on this farm, I found these green grams. So many of them in one spot. This clearly shows that last year's crop was not fully harvested. They either uprooted and forgot it at this spot, or they delayed in harvesting it. As you will notice in this video, there is a lot of sugarcane on the farm. And slowly, the western part of Kenya is becoming a sugar belt. Though maize and beans have been the main cash crop for decades. You know, it takes approximately 18 months for the sugarcane to be harvested. Once planted, they can be harvested for 3 seasons. So they have planted maize and beans in some areas, and actually they have already grown quite big and ready for weeding. There are several factories offering different prices, but the one I know here offers a ton for 5,200 Kenya shillings. A farmer, if they take care of the sugarcane by weeding several times, applying fertilizer as required, including animal manure, can harvest up to 63 tons. So actually the profit for sugarcane depends on the effort the farmer puts in. Looking at this farmer in particular, they have planted the sugarcane in stages so that they remain liquid. Otherwise, the waiting period of 18 months is too long. If you look at this farm, you may think they're preparing for planting. Already, the maize and beans have been planted. This is what you call dry planting, waiting for the rains to start. The sun was so hot until I had to take a break. But on observing this farm, this part still has several weeds. It's yet to be dug, but maize and beans are in the plan to be planted in this section. Now, what I would want to say is that such farmers who are planting sugarcane should also consider farming different crops, since the price of maize and beans is relatively high, not forgetting to leave a piece of land for the short season crops like vegetables, legumes, bananas, pumpkins, and trees, as long as you remember to distance them from the neighbor so that they don't affect the neighbor's crops. So this sugarcane has actually been put for organic manure, the one from cow dung. It is really nice. The farmer is doing quite well. On this section, if you see these flowers, they actually show that it was a poor breed of sugarcane, and they don't do very well, which means even the tonnage will not be as high as the farmer expects. So choice of seeds or seedlings for planting the sugarcane is a very important thing. I don't know whether farmers understand that, but that's one of the things that they need to understand, that the initial seed should be certified seeds. In the countryside, firewood is the main source of fuel. So you'll find most trees being felled for the purpose of firewood, either branches or the entire tree. As you can see here, this is the tree that has been cut off the branches. It was quite big. And since it was getting late, and the sun was setting, we decided to take a break, having done a good tour of this farm. I hope you have learned something. Thank you for watching to this point. Kindly subscribe and see you in the next video. Bye-bye.